What's up, folks? There's a lot to talk about, so let's not even beat around the bush. A lot to discuss. Sareee debuted in Ring of Honor. How do we feel about it? Andrade has returned to AEW. How do we feel about it? Tessa Blanchard has returned to CMLL. How do we feel about it? And we were talking about TNA versus NXT. What does it mean? The matchups. Why is it happening on CW? What the hell is going on? So, do me a favor. Hit like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And let's get to talking. What's up, RM? Richard, what's up? Noob, what's up, kid? Jerry, what's happening? Boy, a lot of stuff happened over the last 24 hours, I feel like. A lot to discuss. A lot of things that the IWC is discussing, and they sound like crazy people because they can't see reason. So we'll be making fun of the IWC as we always do. It ought to be fun. Where should we start? Because we got a lot to talk about. Let's start with the sun goddess herself, Sareee. You guys know I'm a fan of this woman. So let's start with Sareee. Why not? So Sareee, if you don't know, I'm a fan. Let me just expose myself right now. Full disclosure, I am a fan of this woman. If I can make my screen appear correctly here in a second. Here we go. Boom. There you go. Full disclosure. I've been outed. Uh-oh. No objectivity here, right? I'm a fan of this woman. This woman is currently the IWGP champion. She is currently feuding with Shuri in Japan. And she's been talking about, during this feud, because Shuri just returned from her elbow injury. And during their little feud, Sareee kind of mentioned that there's some women she didn't say anywhere. She didn't say AEW. There's a woman overseas that she wants to wrestle, and she wants to, get some title defenses under her belt. So she said she's going to head over to America, basically. And at that point, I knew it was happening. I knew Sareee was going to be showing up in showing up for Tony Khan in some respect. She hopped on a plane. She said, "Hey guys, I'm heading over to the United States." And she debuted in Ring of Honor. Now, there's some people who thought, oh, Saree's going to show up and be on Dynamite. She's going to wrestle Tony Storm. I said, ha! Tony Khan is going to put Sareee on Dynamite? Can't even get the top women currently on the roster on Dynamite. Think Saree's going to get on Dynamite? Come on. That was laughable. It was always going to be a Ring of Honor. Now, during Saree's interviews recently, she's been talking about folks she wants to wrestle. She dropped two names, two former WWE talent, by the way. Athena, Ember Moon, and Tony Storm. Now, she said those are the two she wants to face, those two in particular. So it was always going to be those two. Now, some people say, why not Mercedes? Well, she didn't mention Mercedes. And if she faces Mercedes will take an L because she's not dropping that IWGP championship. She's traveling to defend that title, right? So it's all going to be Athena or Tony Storm. And because I know how Tony Khan operates, I knew it was going to be Athena on Ring of Honor. So she showed up in Ring of Honor, and I was somewhat taken aback. Why? Let's see. Let's take a look at this clip. Let's take a look at this clip. I see Alex Windsor. Okay, Alex Windsor coming down. She points to the sun goddess, and they come down to the ring, and it's all sunshine and rainbows. I mean, I don't see any type of hype for Sareee. I don't see her name on the Titantron. What's going on here? Sareee didn't even get her own entrance. I repeat, Sareee didn't even get her own entrance. She came in with Alex Windsor. Now, this is typical Tony Khan shit. I mean, I'm not surprised. that Sareee came in with no fanfare, no hype, no nothing, in a nonsensical random tag match with freaking Alex Windsor. I'm not surprised at all. This is how Tony Khan operates. So she may get another match at Collision, and Billy Starks was in this match. If you don't know, the match was this is the tag match here. I'll show it to you. I'll show you the tag match. Okay, here it is. This is the match we're gonna get. On Ring of Honor, watched by dozens, we'll be seeing her teaming up with Alex Windsor, taking on Billy Starks. Okay, so this is gonna lead to Athena versus Sareee, because the only reason why Sareee is there, because Sareee wants to face Athena. Again, two women. There's two women she wants to face, Athena and Toni Storm. You're gonna get that match, which I'm happy for Sareee. That's what she wants. I'm happy for her. Am I thrilled? Am I enthralled? Am I excited about this showing in Ring of Honor? No. But Sareee wants this match. She's gonna get this match. Again, Toni Storm, another match she wants. And Tony Khan can't force anybody from Japan, by that I mean Stardom or New Japan. He can't force any of these people to wrestle, okay? If he could force them, Mayu would wrestle for AEW. So this is Sareee thing. Sareee wants to do this, so she's going over there. So I'm happy she's getting her match. Have fun, Sareee. Beat up Athena, have a great match, and get your behind back to Japan and stay away from the con man. If you ask me. Okay? So no promo, no hype, no nothing. Maybe when we get the actual show, again, it's Ring of Honor. I mean, who the hell watches that show? Not many people. Maybe on Ring of Honor, she'll get like a video package or some type of something. But she came down there, again, no fanfare, with Alex Windsor. That's what happened. I mean, I'm not making it up. I mean, it's just what happened, as you can see. Alex Windsor, tag match. No nothing. No music. No Titantron, no nada. If this happened in the dub, in the Fed, as they say, people will be losing their minds. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Folks would be having a heart attack if Sareee showed up in NXT in a tag match with no entrance music, no nothing, no solo spot with Alex Windsor. They'd be losing their minds. But apparently it's okay if it's being booked by Tony Khan. Now, I will say some people were upset by this. Some people mentioned it, but not many. Most people were saying, yeah, give it to me. Athena versus Sareee, yeah. I'm just calling it out like I see it. People get mad when I tell the truth, and I'm honest. Okay, I don't love this for Sareee, but okay, apparently I'm just being a hater if I bring that up, but whatever. That's just me. So Sareee will face Athena. She'll beat her. She'll probably face Toni Storm down the road. She'll beat her, and that'll be that, because those are the only two matches she really wants. And we go from there, okay? So I'm happy for Sareee. What are your thoughts? Are you guys happy about this match? Are you disappointed by her booking in Ring of Honor so far? Do you wish that Tony Khan gave a damn about women's wrestling? Let me know. Respect Windsor. Well, it's Ring of Honor anyway. I knew this day will come when Sareee won the IWGP Championship. Yeah, eventually she's going to wrestle. I mean, Mayu stood firm, though. Mayu stood firm. So I'm not wrestling over there. I'm not going over there. But Sareee, she wants to wrestle Athena and Toni Storm. So do you think they will do title for title? No. I do not. I think Sareee wants her Athena match, and then she's out of there. There's no commitment beyond one match, I don't think. So Sareee will put that title on the line against Athena. She'll beat Athena, and she move on. People are wondering, like, who's she going to face? Is she going to face Athena or Toni Storm? I'm like, she's going to face a woman that Tony Khan is okay with losing, and that's Athena. Sure enough, it was Athena. Toni Storm will be facing Chris Statlander, by the way, at Wrestle Dream. Maybe they'll do Athena versus Sareee at Wrestle Dream. Who knows? Sometimes they want to treat Wrestle Dream like a second Forbidden Door. We'll see how that goes. I'm just glad it ain't Mercedes. I think it's a total waste of time for Sareee. At least Mayu went to Marigold. I would love to see Sareee at the new, the upcoming Grand Destiny show for Marigold. That'd be cool to see. But according to Rossi, can't afford the talent showing up there. If you didn't know, that was his reasoning for why Julia isn't showing up. He said he doesn't have the funds. He said he doesn't have the funds to put together a all-star card. So the money's going towards EO and Shishiro Hashimoto and no one else. So apparently, I understand it. He wants to make a profit. He wants to make a profit off the show. So in order to make a profit, you can't overspend. So he's spending money on EO and Shishiro Hashimoto. And they say, okay, that's where the money's going. And then I'll make a profit based off ticket sales, stuff like that. If I add Julia, if I add Sareee or someone else, I pay them. And then I may not make a profit like I want. So I guess that makes sense. Whatever. I don't see the books. So who to say that he's lying? That's what he said. Spent their entire bankroll on EO, basically. He's more expensive than Hashimoto, that's for damn sure. You would think. You would think she's more expensive than Shishiro Hashimoto. So EO will never go to AEW. I agree. Okay, so that's that. Those are my thoughts, guys. Alex hasn't been on Collision or Dynamite since losing to Mercedes. I guess her title push is over. Oh, that's how it works in IY. Brings in a talent. They get hot. They get a spot against the champion. And then it's over. Look no further than how they're going to book Andrade. In fact, let's just move right into Andrade. So Andrade pulled off the impossible. He went from WWE to AEW to WWE back to AEW. He shows up on Dynamite looking like new hair, got him highlight in his hair, and he attacked Kenny Omega, Mr. Tribalism himself. Big surprise, big shock. He's back, right? Apparently the man wanted to get out of there. By there, I mean WWE, because the man kept failing wellness checks. The man I don't know what he was doing, but it looks like he was very much wanting to get out of there. And it worked out for him because now he's back in AEW. So it was a clean release, no 90 days, non-compete. Showed up in AEW. And that is that. He joined the Don Callis family. And, the faction that has about, 30 different people? Half the roster is in that faction. I kid you not. I mean, look at this. He's a part of this faction now. And I'm like, okay, whatever. He's a match guy, a good match guy. You're going to have great matches over there. I'm sure that's all they care about, really. Bangers. He'll do that. He'll serve that purpose. He'll have a hot feud. So that's the correlation or the comparison to how he books the women. Start off hot, then he puts them on the back burner. That's what's going to happen with Andrade. Andrade's going to have a big-time feud or a high-profile match with Kenny Omega. And then he'll be one of the guys, one of the lackeys of this faction, and that'll be that. Andrade, have fun over there, my guy. Enjoy yourself. I am not thrilled with this faction. I mean, it's a bunch of lackeys. I mean, you got Kyle Fletcher, who's being pushed as a star. You got Okada, who's a star. And then, I mean, Takeshita, he's like the best of the lackeys and how they're pushed. I mean, Josh Alexander, Andrade will be there as well. Mark Davis, they're all lackeys in this big faction. Will it lead to something down the road? Maybe. Okay, but right now, I don't love this faction. It is what it is. It's too many people. I don't love faction with so many people. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Andrade is going to be working AEW and CMLL going forward. I wish him well. I hope everything works out for him. How much was the situation with Charlotte Flair? Why he wanted to get out of there? I don't know. Maybe he wanted to go there while they're still married and then got the divorce and things got weird. I don't know. But apparently, I kind of feel bad for Ray Phoenix. because it looked like Andrade and Rey Fenix was going to get a push together as a tag team, and then Andrade left them kind of high and dry. Nobody talking about that. It's always funny when it comes to AEW and WWE tribalism, isn't it? The same people who are saying, screw Andrade, fuck him, get him out of here, he sucks, go be in LWO, are the same people saying, yeah, Andrade, screw WWE, you're back, yeah. It's all tribalism, it's all bias, it's all stupid, it's pathetic. Sometimes I believe the internet was a problem, or it was a mistake. That's what it was. I mean, they have no shame, like no shame whatsoever. Like, when it's my team, it's cool. Come on, Andrade, yeah, you're back, woo, bangers. But when he left, oh, get out of here. I mean, some of the stuff I'm seeing online with the IWC is cringe, just how like WWE and AEW is become Democrats and Republicans. It's my team, your team. I hate you, everything on your team. My team is great. It's really, really sad. But it's not anything new. But it is, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Look at this man. I'm not even surprised Andrade went back to the Fed. He's so shameless. He meat rides the black and gold merchant. What? That's such a cringe. I hope he's like a teenager. That's the most cringe thing I ever read. Some of these people are grown-ass men tweeting like this, by the way. Grown-ass men tweeting like this. And now look at him. Yo, Andrade's back already. And attack Kenny Omega. Yeah, woo, yeah, whoa. Again, I hope these people are actually teenagers and not grown-ass men, because this is some pathetic shit. I mean, this is some pathetic behavior. Yeah, you love CMLL. He'll be working CMLL. Good for him. I'm happy for Andrade. But yeah, this is some cringe stuff, man. But it is what it is. I'm not surprised. The IWC, again, sometimes I believe the internet was a mistake. That's what I want to say about Andrade. Have fun, Andrade. Enjoy your time in AEW. You'll be a lackey in a faction with the quickness, but you're getting paid by Tony Khan. And that's that. That is that. So what are your thoughts on Andrade being in AEW? Are you excited for the Don Callis storyline? Will it be a Don Callis civil war? Will Takeshita finally grow a pair and knock out Okada? Let me know. So yeah, the Don Callis family, where you send talent, we don't have actual storylines for them. We want you on TV. We don't want you in catering. So put them in the Don Callis family. That way they'll come out there with the family and be on TV. They'll be there. I mean, look at Josh Alexander. He's a match guy who loses. He's basically a jobber now, but he's in a Don Callis family, so he'll be on TV, right? It's kind of stupid. You're excited for some matchups? That's a selling point. That's a selling point. Matches, matchups, good in-ring. If that's what you're excited for, who am I to say don't be excited? But I'm not that hyped about it, to be honest with you. Who's to say Andrade won't start swinging on people like he did before, apparently? Who's to say he doesn't get upset and start dropping some haymakers backstage? Now, maybe he thinks, you know what? I kind of burned some bridges here. This is my last ride, so let me be on my best behavior in AEW. Fine. It is what it is, you know. I wouldn't say his faction needs many members, but this is what Heyman should be doing with the other guys on the roster. Yeah, but not this many, not 10, 11, right? I get what you mean. You use Heyman to elevate other folks, but I don't really think Josh Alexander and company are really enjoying the fruits of the Don Callis family. Kyle Fletcher is. Okada is. Takeshita is. But the rest of them, they're just guys. They're just Jags. That's all they are. Are we surprised how Tony Khan did Sareee? Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Well, like I said before, the man doesn't love Joshi's anyway. I wasn't surprised. Some people on the internet was, but not me. Okay, let's transition over to Miss Tessa Blanchard. Woohoo! Yeah. Tessa Blanchard. Okay. So, Tessa just returned last week, by the way, to TNA TV. And last night, it was made official that Tessa Blanchard will be returning to CMLL. Now, some people are like, how could this happen? Isn't there a no-fly zone for TNA talent when it comes to CMLL because CMLL has a relationship with AEW? That's so crazy, right? That they're okay with talent from TNA being blacklisted or being shut down from not working in AEW or from CMLL because of the relationship. This battle we're going on here is kind of sad. So Tessa's back. Now, people were confused by this. I'm like, okay, they said in the damn release here, news release, that she would be able to work CMLL, even though she's in another promotion. They didn't name drop TNA for whatever reason, but they said basically her contract allows her to wrestle in CMLL. And people were like, why is this happening? Like, what's going on here? I'm like, if you turn on your brain for half a second, it's obvious why this is happening. She's popular in Mexico. They like her as a wrestler. Therefore, they want to work with her. It's a business. It's not a, what makes the internet happy thing. If that's the case, Brock Lesnar wouldn't be wrestling John Cena, right? It's about what makes the most money, what makes the most profit, what makes the most sense business-wise. So, she's popular with the fans. She is a good wrestler. So they brought her in. Shocker. And, you can be the worst person in the world, but if you have value, they're going to assign you. This is how the world works. And bringing that up and addressing it and acknowledging that reality isn't some like weird thing to say. It shouldn't be some taboo thing to say. Like, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, she's popular. She'll get a pop over there. Duh. Like, what's the problem? Now you could say, well, I think Tessa Blanchard is a horrible person. She's a racist. Therefore, I'm upset. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to support her. I'm not telling people to support Tessa Blanchard. That's not what I'm saying. If you believe she's a racist and a horrible person, and by the way, she probably is, because I've said this time again, I have a hard time believing that those women came together and said, you know what? Let's ruin this woman's life. Let's come up with this story and lie. I have a hard time believing that's true. So most likely, she is guilty of what they accuse her of. Because again, don't tell me that these women got together and conspired to ruin her life. She probably did what she did. Maybe she's changed. Maybe she's grown. We'll talk about that in a second. Like, we'll talk about her approach to her return in a second. Remind me to talk about that. Maybe she's still the horrible person she is. That's fine. I'm not telling you to support her. What I'm saying is, why are you confused or taken aback by CMLL wanting to work with her? Do you think they give a damn about the internet reaction to her when the people in the stands are happy and excited and want to see her? That's what I'm talking about. It's a business decision, not a moral decision. It's business. So why are you confused? I would prefer somebody saying, yeah, I understand why they're signing her, but I don't like her. I don't support her. I think she's racist. That makes sense. But to be, oh my God, why are they doing this? What's going on here? Why are they signing this horrible person? I'm like, what? Are you really asking that stupid question? Like, that's really my issue with people. Like, this is common sense stuff why they're doing what they're doing. So why are you acting surprised and confused? Is it performative? Is it performative? Or are you just ignorant to like common sense? Like, that's why I'm wondering. Like, that's really my issue with the IWC. I feel like a lot of what I'm seeing is fake outrage and fake performative bullshit. Like, you're really that passionate about CMLL signing Tessa Blanchard? Are you really that passionate about it? I'm not convinced you are. I feel like you're playing a character online, and I don't think you're being genuine. Now let's talk about Tessa Blanchard. Let's say Tessa Blanchard is guilty or innocent, doesn't really matter. Well, actually, it does matter. Let's say she's guilty of what she's accused of. what she should have done years ago, come out and say, guys, my bad. I was a horrible person. I did it wrong. I've grown, I've learned, I've adapted, and I'm a better person now. And I want to apologize for what I did, and yada, yada, yada. Had she done that years ago, the people who will be yelling at her now will look bad. They'd be getting criticized. People are very easy to forgive in this world. They really are. If you show contrition, and if you actually show that you're wrong, and just say it, yeah, I'm wrong, I fucked up, folks are very easy to forget and let things go. Let me give you a perfect example. How quickly things can change. Charlotte Flair was getting the most shit online for like years. This constant shit over and over and over again. This woman dropped a Player Tribune article and laid it out there. Guys, this is me. This is a real person here. Yes, I was hurt by what Tiffany said. Yes, I feel bad about people getting on me on the internet. I'm a human being. This is how I think. This is how I feel. Yeah, this is me. I'm open up to you. This is me. The next day, every time people shit on her, they got attacked. Just like that. It all flipped. If you show that you're a human being, that you care, that you're genuine, people will flip very quickly. Remember when Fightful came out and said that, hey, it looks like, according to reports, people were forced to come out and clap for Charlotte Flair return, right? Fightful got berated and attacked. They said they were hating on Charlotte Flair. They said that Charlotte Flair was being attacked by them, bringing about criticism, all because of what happened in that article, that Tribune she put out. We're like, no, Fightful, you are creating more hate for her. No wonder she's getting attacked because of people like you. They attacked Fightful like that. If it was like a month ago, it'd be reversed. They'd be saying, oh yeah, look at that, ha ha ha. It's very quick. Things can change very quickly. Very quickly. All you have to do is come out and say, I fucked up. What people don't want to do, they don't want to, this is an analogy I always use. The time to shit on the fat kid or make fun of the fat kid is not when he's in the gym on a treadmill, running his ass off, sweating like crazy. That makes sense? The time to pick on the fat kid is not when he's outside running sprints back and forth and like putting in the work, right? All you gotta do is say I fucked up and I'm sorry. And people are very quickly to forgive you and quickly to move on and say, okay, she apologized, leave her alone, stop giving her so much shit. But she couldn't do that. That's all she had to do. Now, in her mind, maybe she's not guilty. Okay, that's fine. If you think you didn't do anything wrong, okay. But if you did, you're really fucked up by not just coming out and saying, I fucked up, I was a bad person, I've grown, my bad. I'm telling you, had she done that, everything would be different for her. It all would be different for her. Because remember, these are all allegations. Allegations that I agree with, or allegations that I believe, but there's no video evidence, there's no like recording. I believe it happened, but it's all allegations, it's all hearsay. Come out and say, my bad, I fucked up, she'll been good. But it is what it is at this point. But whatever, she's back in CMLL. People shouldn't be surprised or shocked by that. It's a business decision. It is what it is. We move. We move. Charlotte is likable now. I always love Charlotte Flair. I was always a fan. But she's likable now because she came out and said, hey, this is how I feel. This is the truth. Go back and read that Player Tribune. It was lovely written. All right, this is me. Yeah, I'm opening myself up to you. I'm being vulnerable. Here it is. People said, wow, we appreciate this. And now she gets defended online. Now she tweets back and forth online with people. She's on Twitter more often. Less shit. Own up to it. Apologize. Say you're sorry. Show some contrition. You'll be good. I don't understand why people don't realize that. Really don't. But anyway, Tessa Blanchard, She'll be wrestling in CMLL going forward. I wonder how AEW stands will react to that. I will say that I think it's clear that CMLL can work independently of Tony Khan. I don't believe they got to sign off from Tony Khan or anything like that. This is their decision. They're doing it. Will she work with AEW talent in CMLL? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't blame Tony Khan for what he did with Sareee. She doesn't want to sign there, so why give her TV time? Don't blame Tony Khan for what he did with Sareee. What do you mean she doesn't want to sign there? She is under contract. She can't sign there even if she wanted to. Like, there's no way to sign no matter what. So if he wanted to present her as a big star, if he gave a damn, he would have put her on Dynamite. He didn't because he doesn't really care. Sareee is going over there for herself. She wants the Athena match. This isn't a oh, I'm Tony Khan and I want her on my show. I want to get Sareee. No, Sareee says, hey, New Japan, I want to defend my title against Athena. Will Athena do it? Hey Athena, do you want to wrestle with Sareee? Okay, cool. Come on over. That's what's happening here. This is a Sareee thing. This is not a Tony Khan thing. Sareee is making this happen because she wants the match. If Tony Khan was invested in Sareee, she wouldn't have gotten this. Okay, she wouldn't have gotten this introduction. Okay, coming out with a freaking Windsor with no fanfare, no nothing. Okay, can't find anymore. Who cares? I saw it already. That whack ass entrance. Okay. If he gave a damn, if he cared, she wouldn't have gotten this. A Alex Windsor entrance. Not the best. Okay, not the best. Not the best. But that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Thing about it is, even if she wanted Athena, you can still build that on AWTV. That's true. Tony Khan doesn't care. This is a Athena thing, like I'm saying. If this was a Tony Khan run thing, maybe you get Athena versus Sareee on Dynamite. Okay, but no. Sareee is making this happen because Sareee wants that match. Do you think Gail ever returns to wrestling? No. Not to wrestling in the ring. Will she be a part of something down the road? Probably. Nick Wayne is quite literally feuding with Christian, and Mina just wrestled Statlander. What's your point? I think it's clear WWE and NXT don't want to use Tessa. I agree. I agree. Tessa will be working CMLL during this whole TNA WWE thing because I don't think WWE want to work with Tessa Blanchard. That's clear. If they did, she would be on NXT by now. She's a very good wrestler. I think her act is very good. If they were invested in her, if they were interested in her, she would be on NXT by now. She's not, because they do not want to work with her right now, at least. Would that change down the road? Maybe not. I don't know. Who knows? But she'll be working TNA and CMLL going forward, but not on NXT TV. At least not right now. At least not right now. Mina and Statlander was... I didn't watch that match. If you're talking about something that happened on Dynamite, I didn't watch all of Dynamite. So I have to catch up with that. If you're telling me that not Athena, but if you're telling me that Mina and Statlander wrestled on the show, were they in the mixed tag match? Is that what it was? Because there weren't any women's matches on that card. Was that the mixed tag you're talking about? Let me scroll real quick to confirm what the hell you're talking about. Let's see. Come on. Where's that damn card? Oh, last week. That was last week. Okay. What was the mixed tag this year or this week? What was that mixed tag? Let's see. This when Kenny Omega got attacked. Okay, cool. Show me the damn card. Crying out loud. Probably wasn't the best way to go about it. He always post the damn card. Why can't I find the damn thing? Oh, it is. Okay. Oh yeah, it was Chris Statlander and Mina Shafir. Okay, okay, gotcha. This is what it was. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, this is a 6th anniversary and no women's match. You telling me Tony Khan cares about women's wrestling? Get out of here. He doesn't. He doesn't. The proof is in the card. Okay, the proof is in the card. The man doesn't care. It's Statlander, Darby versus Wheeler Yuta and Mina Shafir. How the hell you want to say it? All right. Let's talk about TNA versus NXT. So this past Tuesday, they announced the Survivor Series style match, 5-on-5, men and women, TNA versus NXT, the Showdown, which was Invasion, but apparently folks in Israel didn't like that name for whatever reason, and they changed it to Showdown. It's stupid, but whatever. So the men's match, you have Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, Devon Evans, Miles Bourne. 4-on-4, not 5-on-5. My bad. 4-on-4. Trick, Devon Evans, Ricky Saints, Miles Bourne, taking on TNA team of Mike Santana, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater. Now that makes sense. That is a well-structured 4-on-4 that makes sense. It's reasonable. Yeah, I like the idea of that match. I think a lot of things match up. Trick with Santana, Moose with Ricky, Miles Bourne with Frankie, and Leon Slater with Javon Evans. Makes sense. I have no problem with that lineup. Now the women, another story. Okay, this is nonsensical. So the women's NXT team is Jacy Jane, Jada Parker, Soruka, and Lola Vice. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. What doesn't make sense is the TNA team. Lonnie Jordan, Jessa McKay, Casey Lee, and Mara Sade. Okay. So, first of all, everyone on that team has been a WWE superstar at one point. Not a big deal, but that's interesting. My bigger problem is Kalani Jordan. Why in the hell is Kalani Jordan an NXT superstar fighting for TNA? I'll ask that question again for the folks in the back. Why in the hell is Kalani Jordan an NXT superstar? I don't care that she's freaking the TNA champion. Look at the men's. Look at the men's. Trick Williams is on Team NXT. That makes sense. They're upset. They're mad that Trick Williams is the champion. They want a TNA superstar to be the TNA champion. That makes sense. So for the women, it should be the same thing. The women should be annoyed that Kalani Jordan has the belt. Kalani should be on Team NXT. Then you have can they coexist between Kalani Jordan and Jacy Jane? You have TNA saying, we're mad, we're upset. We hate Kalani, we hate Jacy Jane, we hate y'all both. Kalani, we want our belt. Putting Kalani Jordan on Team TNA with 3 former WWE superstars is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It should be Kalani Jordan on Team NXT and make it about the feud. Make it about how they're upset that Kalani had that belt. I would prefer Jacy Jane, Kalani Jordan, Soruka, and Lola Vice. versus I'm okay with Mara Sade. I like Mara Sade. She's been elevated. I like her a lot. Keep her there. Give me Danny Luna. Give me somebody who's never been on a WWE roster. Give me Danny Luna. Tessa would be great here. That would make sense creatively in kayfabe, but again, they don't want to work with her, which is fine, whatever. But she would make sense here. But again, I don't love the idea that we're getting this match up with these teams. It makes no sense. It feels weak. It feels low. It doesn't make sense. Where's Danny Luna? Where's Danny Luna? She's the obvious person. You can't use Tessa, okay, but yeah, I just don't love it. I'm not a fan of it. There's ways they could have gone about this that would have made a lot more sense than putting Kalani Jordan on Team NXT with no confusion, no issues from Team TNA. The one person who would make sense yesterday or Tuesday, the one person was Jessie Jane, who called it out. Like, what the hell? Why is Kalani Jordan leading TNA when she's a NXT superstar? She was the only one making sense. That's what they call lamp shading, by the way. Lamp shading is when the writers call out the plot hole. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the writers calling it out. I appreciate that. But still, instead of lamp shading it, I prefer you just not do it. I prefer Kalani Jordan being on Team NXT. Just like with the men. It is weird. Yeah, Danny Luna, Rosemary, Jody Threat. Like, I'm okay with Mara Sade. I'm even okay with the Iconics. But give me Danny Luna, give me Jody Threat, give me something other than Kalani Jordan, Team TNA. This is stupid. It's stupid. I'm sorry, that's stupid. Oh, we don't trust Trick Williams, but we trust Kalani Jordan, who has friends in NXT, who's invested in NXT, who loves NXT. As the leader of Team TNA, it's stupid. It's stupid. But whatever. Also, Kalani spoiling the Knockouts tag title match before it happened on TV. Wait a minute, that's not official? The Iconics or the Inspiration, that's not official? That was spoiled? That was official. If TNA doesn't trust Trick, why would the NXT locker room trust Jessie Jane? Well, they believe Jessie Jane is prideful. She wants to win. So Jessie Jane is prideful. She doesn't want to lose. That's what they're banking on. They're banking on her not wanting to lose. So they're okay with her leading in that respect. But yeah, I think it's dumb. Do you see the Hardys defeating Dark State? Yes. I think Dark State will lose the titles to the Hardy Boys, and the Hardy Boys will be double champs. I believe Mustafa Ali will lose to Ethan Page, even though I would love to see him win. I would love to see that. I don't buy it. I think Ethan Page wins, but the Hardy Boys do beat Dark State. I think Team NXT will win for the women. For the men, they won't because of Josh Briggs. Well, he might get involved, but Trick Williams is a wild card there. He's a heel who is a bit of a wild card, and I don't think they can coexist. I do believe that Team NXT will lose to Team TNA for the men, but for the women, it's too stacked. It's too stacked. Jessie Jane, Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Jada Parker. Yeah, it's not happening unless there's a bunch of interference. Unless Last Legend shows up, stuff like that. But no, I don't think so. I think the women win for NXT, but the men lose for NXT. That's what I think. I'm happy for Mustafa. Happy for him. Getting that spotlight, getting that chance. That's a big spot for him. Great return. The match was taped and Elegance Brand are still kind of champs. Gotcha. Do you see the Hardy Boys defeating Dark State next week? Yeah, I answered that one. I do. I think it happens. I think the NXT women's will lose and the NXT men will win. Maybe. I'd be surprised by that, but maybe. Promo was great. Whose promo? Great. What happened with Ash? She is out with a disclosed injury. Something went wrong with her, so she had to relinquish the belt. We don't know exactly what it is. We can only speculate, but she's out for medical reasons. Fortunately. Ali's promo, it was good. Mustafa Ali's promo was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. It was real. It was real. It felt authentic. It felt genuine. So those are the best promos. So good for her. Good for him. Jody Threat injured her knee. That sucks. So when you have another thing when it comes to this Team TNA group for the women, Masha can't be used. She's on like the back burner because of her domestic abuse allegations. Tessa Blanchard, no fly zone on her. And you have Jody Threat, who's injured. So a lot of folks that could be used are injured. But again, no excuse for not using Danny Luna. That was a misfire to me. Should use her, but whatever. Lonnie Jordan dropping the belt to who? I don't think so. I think she keeps it. Trick will drop it. Trick drops it, but Kalani not. She holds it. India Hartwell should have been on Team TNA. Yeah, I don't miss her. So. What is Killer Kelly doing? Could use her. Is Colleen King still injured? Is she still injured? Yeah, could use Killer Kelly. Yeah, I don't love the team. I just don't love it. I like the talent. That's fine. I like the inspiration. I like Marsha Day. I like Kalani Jordan, of course, but I don't like the kayfabe reason why that team's together. I don't think that makes much sense. Still injured? I thought you were returned by now. Okay. So that's my thoughts on this show. I think it's going head to head with Dynamite next week. But good card, folks. Good card. Should be a fun show. Oh, let's talk about this. So people are saying, why is this card, which looks like a very good card, right? Why is this card happening on CWTV with commercial breaks and not on a PLE? Why not put this on a PLE? I think the answer is straightforward. I know why it's happening. My opinion. This is all about preparing CW for the new program they're going to have every week, which will be TNA Impact. I believe that the CW giving TNA a TV deal. All this that we're seeing, all this focus for CW, it's all about showing them, hey, this is what we're going to provide for you. We're sweetening the deal, making a big deal out of this. These two companies are together. We are united. We can help each other out. This is what you're going to get, CW. Be happy. Enjoy it. We're coming on Thursdays as well. This is what you can expect from us. This is what this is. Nothing else makes sense. It was reported by TNA that at Bound for Glory, they'll be making an announcement about TV deal. I believe all this focus of CW, the invasion, all this is all about the TV deal coming up here. The only thing that makes sense. So, TNA, when they're at the negotiating table, they are advertising themselves as, hey, see how NXT is the highest rated show you have by far? We could be number 2. We're going to be the SmackDown to NXT's Raw. So we're going to have crossover on our show as well. So you're going to get 2 NXTs. That's how they promoted themselves. That's how they advertise themselves. We're going to be another NXT for you. So you're enjoying those NXT ratings. We're going to give you good ratings as well. So give us a TV deal. And all this invasion shit, all this focus on, hey, put our belts on NXT talent to show them, hey, look, we're together. We're with the WWE. It's a partnership. We have their talent on our show. Look at Trick Williams. Look at Kalani Jordan. This is what we're doing. It's all about the TV deal. So I'm telling you, come Bound for Glory, they'll announce it. CW, TNA, Thursdays, Impact, and it'll be huge. And once that happens for TNA, that's going to change the landscape. Now you're going to get this conversation about Dynamite versus TNA. Because you know that first show on the CW on Thursdays, you may get a AJ Styles appearance. They're going to hype that thing up and make it big. That rating is going to be a good number. I'm telling you. The first show on the CW is going to be a high number. And it'll probably be higher than Dynamite. Especially if they get AJ Styles. Which I think is the move. That's what I would do. First show, NXT talent, Shawn Michaels, Triple H on the show to hang out. Main event, AJ Styles. I'm telling you. Mark it down. What's today's date? The 2nd of October. CW, AJ Styles, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Which is huge for them. I mean, that's a good TV deal. The CW, that's big for them. So that's why all this is happening. That's why it's not happening on a PLE. That's why it's happening on a Tuesday. Because they're trying to make sweeten the deal, make CW happy. The deal's already signed, but they're just trying to make them happy. Say, hey, this is what we're going to give you. This is what you can expect. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this, because we're going to be putting on that right in my face. We're going to be putting on good shows with high ratings on Thursdays. NXT got $25 million a year. By the way, that was a steal by the CW. CW got a steal on that one. $25 million a year. TNA. Well, remember, NXT got, that's a low number for them. Next time, that number is going up significantly. I will say probably like 10 to 15 mil. But again, that number is low. That's freaking low. That's ridiculous. They got to steal. That number is going up significantly. Yes, Richard, they love those NXT ratings. So now they're thinking, we can have another one with TNA. And usually, the WWE would not be down for that. They wouldn't be down for having another show, another competitor on their broadcast network. But because there's a relationship there, they're in cahoots. The WWE will be happy to have the CW bring on TNA. And let the games begin. Let the games begin. Because once that happens, can you imagine if that happens and then TNA sells to a billionaire owner? There's rumors that TNA will be sold to a billionaire. Same folks that bought the UFC at one point. If they put a billionaire with TNA, with the WWE's help, I'm telling you, look out when it comes to TNA versus AEW. Because there'll be more than one billionaire in the house. The Khans won't be the only billionaire if that happens. If that happens, contracts will be higher. TNA will go after some of the jobbers on AEW's roster who are not getting that much time will get picked up by TNA. Big time offers. If TNA gets a billionaire backing them, Tony Khan will be let's just say he won't be in the best mood going forward. That's all I'm going to say. And that's all I want to say about that. So, what are your thoughts on TNA versus NXT? Do you like it? Are you enjoying it? Do you understand why it's happening? Again, I believe it's all about that relationship. It's all about that TV deal. Give me your thoughts in the chat, in the comments below. It's boring. Well, that sucks. Don't tell the CW that. That's not what they want to hear. Number 2 wrestling show? Maybe. To get that deal and a billionaire backing them? I believe that's the plan, to sell TNA to a billionaire. A billionaire who is in a good standing with the WWE. Big time move by TNA if that happens. Yeah, that's what a rumor was. Rumor was that my guy Lorenzo Fertitta, big time billionaire, used to own the UFC. Rumor was that he was interested in buying TNA. The man is close with Dana White, close with, of course, with the folks over there in Endeavor. So yeah, if that happens, look out, Dynamite, look out. King, I don't think they want to buy TNA. They don't. If the WWE wanted to buy TNA, it would happen by now. They want someone else to buy TNA. They want this guy to buy TNA, not Dana White, a fat ass. This guy, they want him to buy TNA. They want someone else to buy TNA. They don't want to buy TNA. They wanted to, it would have happened by now. They're wanting competition for AEW. That's what they want. So they want someone else to do it, not them. They're not going to buy TNA. It's not going to happen. Look at those huge collision numbers. $248. Big time numbers for collision, apparently. Right? Anyway. All right. I'm done talking. Questions, comments, concerned. Looking at the chat. What you got? AJ Styles versus Leon Slater. That's the main event for the first show. That's your main event. That's what I would do. Make Leon Slater a star, and you got AJ Styles on the show. That's ratings. That's ratings, I'm telling you. When will Zarya turn heel? Sometime between now and Stand and Deliver. It needs to happen. I'm tired of watching cheerleader Zarya. It's time for her to get a backbone, get some self-respect, and say, "So Ruka, I'm not your monkey. I'm not your little butt buddy. I'm going to challenge you for the belt. Step out of your shadow, and I'm going to be the menace that was advertised to be." Right now, she's just kind of like tag team, happy to be here, friend to Soul Ruka, and I don't love it. It was fine at first, but now it's time to bring out the badass Delta, okay? Bring back Delta, the solo badass who doesn't give a shit about anybody. Bring her back. I'm tired of Zarya and Soul Ruka together. She needs to attack Soul Ruka quick, fast, and in a hurry. What needs to happen. Does Oba dethrone Sami Zayn? That'd be cool. Folks, people think he's going to the main roster. I'm not convinced. I am not convinced he's going to be on the main roster. Please read my comment. Okay. Let me scroll up. How far I got to scroll? Post your comment again, my guy. Post your comment again. Too far to scroll. There's no way she loses to Charlotte/Alexa in her home country. She still doesn't turn heel. And she still doesn't turn heel. She should. She should then. What you think we're gonna get? You think we're gonna get oh yeah. Because Raw and SmackDown are both in Australia. So you can have Zarya and Soruka on SmackDown in Australia. I do believe both shows are in Australia. So you have SmackDown, Perth, and Raw are all in Australia. Is that right? WWE. I think all three shows are in Australia. Kind of like that takeover Perth bullshit they're trying to advertise. Yep. What it is, takeover Perth. They must be paying good money to the WWE to get three shows. Takeover SmackDown, Perth, and Takeover Raw, all in Australia. Wake your ass up early. Wake your ass up early to watch these shows. So let me get this straight. SmackDown will be Friday morning, early Friday morning. Crown Jewel, early Saturday morning. And Raw, early Monday morning. That'd be interesting. It'll happen on SmackDown? Yeah, I agree. So is Lainey the Candice in this situation trying to kiss up to JC, making Fallon jealous like Tiffany was? Lainey, yes. That's what this is heading to. Lainey Reed, I believe, will become the number 2. So right now, Fallon Henley is number 1, 2. Well, let me say that again. She'll be the number 2 in the faction. Right now, Fallon Henley is number 2 behind JC Jane. Lainey Reed wants that spot. She already took out Jasmine Nix, so she can't be trusted. If I'm Fallon Henley, I'd be worried. So that's where it's headed. I can see Lainey Reed beating Soruka for the belt, her speed belt. That way, Soruka is back to having one belt. Lainey Reed has a title. JC Jane has a title. And Fallon Henley has nothing. I always say the day JC Jane loses the belt will be the day Fallon Henley turns on her. So you bring in Fallon Henley to cause some friction, to cause some confusion, leading to the Fallon Henley turn. So as long as she has Fallon Henley, she will retain. It's been a slow burn. Fallon Henley has been annoyed by JC Jane for a while now. She's been annoyed for a while, but hasn't turned on her yet. But when it happens, it'll be over for the rock star JC Jane. So what faces are left for JC Jane to feud with? I'll give you a hint. So people were wondering what this meant, but I knew exactly what this meant. I knew exactly what she meant by this. Where is it? Did she delete it? Where's the damn image? Where is it? No, hell no. It was. I'm gonna find it. Where is that damn picture that you posted? Here it is. It's not over until she wins. With the caption being, "You get it now? Do you get it now?" Yeah, we get it. We get it, Jordan. We get it. Jordan will be defeating JC Jane. Okay? You get it now? We got it. We get it, Jordan. We get it. That's the end game, folks. That's the end game. She defeated Blake Monroe. Not over until she wins. She will be facing JC Jane again. This time she wins. That's what this is headed to. You're getting Jordan Grace dethroning JC Jane. That's what you're getting. So accept it now. Enjoy it now. Because you're going to get it anyway. So that's what's happening. Not over until she wins. That's a bad end game. Not over until she wins. How does she move on from Blake Monroe when she's 1-1? Doesn't matter if she's 1-1. Listen to what she said. Not listen, but look what she said. Not over until she wins. She won. Now Blake Monroe can make it. She can go after her again and prolong the feud, but in her mind, it's over. She won. We'll see where it goes, but ultimately, Jordan Grace will beat JC Jane. There's nobody left. Not going to do Lash. That's not happening. They're not going to do Sol Ruka. Not going to do Lola Vice, obviously. Jordan Grace will be NXT champion. How do I know that? She's not getting called up anytime soon. So, when you have Jordan Grace down there for so long, ultimately she'll win the championship. Oh yeah, she'll dethrone JC Jane. She'll be champion. How do folks feel about that? Are you not happy about her being champ? It's going to happen. She will be the one to take down JC Jane. It's not over until she wins. Winnie Chu, they'll carry that division. She'll carry that division. Yeah, she'll be the champ, a strong champion. Jordan will win the title. Yep. And then Blake wins it off of her. That can happen for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, it'll be Jordan Grace beating JC Jane. I have to watch the WWE Australia show at 5 in the morning in LA. It means if that's the case, it'll be 8 a.m. over here. I may stream that live, by the way. I may stream SmackDown in Australia and Perth, Crown Jewel in Perth live. Because I wake up early anyway, so I might stream both of those shows. Raw, probably not. In fact, I know not Raw, but I'll probably stream SmackDown in the morning. Well, never mind. That's Friday. Australia show. Well, the Australia show, dumbass. Perth. Well, they're all in Perth, fool. Crown Jewel. I'm so used to saying Perth as Crown Jewel to say Perth, but now I've realized Raw and SmackDown are both in Perth as well. So, Crown Jewel. I'll be streaming Crown Jewel live if it's 8 a.m. And there's this damn bug in here that is getting on my nerves because I have these bright lights. It keeps flying around here because of the lights. It's annoying. Thoughts on what? Kendall Gray and Kalani are the next top two of the division. Kendall Gray and Laney Reed with the Armstrong. Kylie Armstrong. What's going on with Thea Hale? I said, what's going on with Thea Hale? Thea Hale should be getting pushed right now, I feel. What's up with that? Yeah, but I agree. Kendall Gray, Laney Reed, they're the next ones up. They're the next ones up. But I'm wondering what's happening with Thea Hale. Feels like Sean gave up on her. It's weird. She was on the show on Tuesday, yelling like a crazy person, but I like Thea Hale. She's good in the ring, fun. She's over. I don't get it. She should be going after the North American title, and so should be Tatum Paxley. But I think Tatum is in a better spot than Thea Hale is. I like that they keep bringing back Lyra. They keep bringing Lyra into it. When it comes to Tatum, I like that. It was like Lyra would be the one to remove Tatum from the culling, but she keeps showing up. I love that she keeps doing double duty. That's cool. I love that we're getting her on the show, messing with the culling, messing with Easy Dame. I like that. I like what they're doing. By the way, that segment they had was perfect when Lyra brought the doll and Tatum threw it and Easy Dame caught it clean with a right hand. Fantastic segment. That was a one shot. If they did that once, that's very, very impressive. I like what they're doing here. I like what they're doing. It's good stuff. What does it lead to? I don't know. But I want to see Tatum on the main roster with Layla. With Lyra. I'm starting to lose it. Because the stream going on too long. That's what's happening. All right. Any more questions? Layla Valkyria. Been a long day, folks. Been a long day. I've been up since, 5 in the morning? Lyra going to be the reason she goes to the main roster? That's how I would book it. Will that happen? Probably not. But that's how I would book it. I would bring her up with Lyra. I always say the best call-ups is when someone has a role. Roxanne Perez was brought up with a role. Role to be Finn Balor, bringing her in to giving Liv Morgan a hard time. Working with the Judgment Day. That's her role. Being the champion to take over from an injured Liv Morgan. That was her role. Giving a talent a role on the come up is good. When they're by themselves, it can be kind of wonky. So give Tatum a call up with Lyra. She's with Lyra in segments. She's bouncing off of Lyra verbally. She's in with her matches. She's backing her up. She's in her corner. Bring Tatum up with Lyra. That could be her role. Lyra's friend. That works well. They're trying to do that with Julia and what's her face? Kiana James. Problem is they're on SmackDown and SmackDown writers are ass. If Julia and Kiana James were on Raw, it'd be booked better. It'd be better off. The writers over there are competent. On SmackDown, they're shit, so you're getting shit booking. So if Lyra and Tatum were together on Raw, they'd be cooking. On SmackDown, anything can happen over there. It could be bad over there, honestly. Give them a role, a distinct role. I think Lyra versus Izzy has to happen, where Tatum has to pick a side. That could happen at any point within the next couple of months, I think. So that'd be fun to see. Yeah, I like Kiana James with Adam Pearce, but only had like 3 weeks of it. So we don't know where it's going. We could have had Kiana James being Adam Pearce's muscle when it comes to dealing with the talent that gets on his nerves, right? He's all right, you know what? You face Kiana James tonight. So you want to run your mouth? That'd been a cool way to build up Kiana James. Every time Chelsea Green or someone like that annoys Adam Pearce, says, all right, match with Kiana James, and Kiana James wins. But ultimately, we find out that she wants his spot. She wants to take over from Adam Pearce. That'd be cool. That could have been cool. Will I be wearing Asuka's face paint for Halloween? No, but Asuka is amazing. Her artwork is cool. Her artwork is she's a great artist. She's a fantastic talent. Asuka's great, man. Asuka's amazing. Think Kiana James and Julia's pairing, yeah, it sucks because it's on SmackDown. I'm telling you, it's all about SmackDown. It's all in the execution. It's all in the writing. On Raw, it'd be better off. I'm telling you, if you put the EO Asuka stuff on SmackDown, it'd be completely ass. Road Dogg is bad at his job. Road Dogg is bad at his job. The problem is he's friends with Triple H, so yeah, it's like I don't look forward to SmackDown. I don't look forward to it. Tomorrow's show, you got Randy Orton, Cody versus Division, whatever. You're gonna have some other stuff on the show, whatever. Like I don't look forward to it. I look forward to Raw, but SmackDown just happens. Like it's whatever. That's why I'm not really that like hyped about Bianca coming back beyond seeing her because I want to see her. But once she gets on SmackDown, I'm gonna be mad watching her booked by the SmackDown regime. I'll prefer she shows up on Raw, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, any last questions before I wrap it up here? I think it's been an interesting week of wrestling news. It has. Tomorrow, SmackDown. See what happens. Tonight, Ring of Honor. See Sareee tonight. I think, right? Was it? Yeah, it's gonna be tonight. You'll see what else is happening tonight. Nothing else really. Julia should be a face. No, I like her as a heel. I prefer Julia as a heel. The booking is just bad. That's all. Main problem with Kiana James Julia, she should be with Charlotte Flair. Yeah, I like that pairing. That could work well. Kiana James with Charlotte. Sareee official is a posting about her match at Ring of Honor. She has 2 Twitter accounts. This is the one for her promotion. Talking about the Ring of Honor match. Woo hoo. Woo hoo. Woo hoo. Not really excited for that. Ed Gin show on Netflix? No. Late to the party, folks. He's late to the party. I've been on this one. TNA might land a deal with CW. Not might. It's happening. I'm telling you. CW is getting that TV deal with TNA. I honestly can't think of anyone that could possibly beat Julia for the title other than Jade on SmackDown. Agreed. Nobody in the mid card I can see beating Julia right now. It's bad over there. It's bad. Bad. All right, folks. Nia Jax, can you imagine? Nia Jax beating Julia? That'd be funny. All right, folks. That is it for the stream. Do me a favor. Hit like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I scroll through the last second news to see if anything's relevant over here. New Japan has run less United States shows due to decline in attendance. That sucks. And some roster members not wanting to make the trip to the shows. Well, that'll do it. That'll reduce the shows in the United States. That for damn sure. It is very cool by Asuka. Don't know how she does her makeup. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very talented. I couldn't imagine like drawing that precise on my face. I couldn't imagine doing that. That's hell no. I mean, it's like doing makeup, I'm sure, but yeah, I could not imagine. That's like very talented artist. Good with visual effects, good with like working on the computers. Like she just very multi-talented. That's great. Very cool. I mean, that's crazy that she can do that. That's very cool. You mess up once, that's it. Man, that's cool. Very talented. All right, folks. That's it for the stream. Hit like, subscribe, not subscribe. Enjoy Ring of Honor if you're gonna watch that behind the paywall, and enjoy SmackDown tomorrow, I guess, because I'm not watching. I'm watching it, but I don't. I'm not. I don't really care. All right, later. Peace.